Hello, this is Sandy Brown and I'm Children and Family Worker from Christchurch United Reformed Church, and this is activity 4 of our Messy Church at Home Christmas in a Bag. So today's activity we're going to be making some bells, so Christmassy bells. So I've made a few in different ways and I'll show you what I've done so far. In your pack you should have a little bell to make some noise, which will look a bit like, you hear them? It will look a bit like this. It's tiny. You will have some foil of some kind that I've put in. It might be a mince pie wrapper, or it might be some milk bottle tops. And you're going to need an egg box, some glue, you should have some ribbon in the pack, you may need some tape, it's up to you how you do it, but I think that's about all you need. Oh, and I'm going to use a needle and thread, but you don't need to use that, it's up to you. So the ones I've made so far are, I have this one, which is basically a part of an egg box wrapped in a mince pie, what's that called? Mould. It's not mould. With a ribbon, and I put the little bell inside. So that wasn't too bad. I wasn't totally happy with that. So then I thought I'll try using my milk bottle tops. So then I made this one. I haven't put a bell in this one, which you can see has gaps around it, and this is what happens when you try and cut out bits of egg box. Sometimes you get gaps, and I'm going to show you how you can avoid that in a minute. So this was number 2, and it has the milk bottle tops. Not totally happy with this one. It looks a bit messy, so we're not going to do that one. So this was my 3rd attempt, which I think looks much nicer. And this one is made with egg box again, but a different part of the egg box, and tin foil. So hopefully you've got some tin foil that you can use to make this one. I have a sheet of tin foil here. Do be careful with tin foil, because sometimes it can be, with any foil really, sometimes it can be quite sharp at the edges. I need about this much. Okay, now so I've got my egg box here that I've been cutting out, and I thought that I'd have to use this bit. The only trouble with using this bit is when you cut down here, you end up with the gaps. So you can see here, that's the sort of gap you end up with. So then I thought, why don't we use these bits instead? So we're going to use the taller bits that are like the inside bits of your egg box. So I'm going to cut that out now. Need quite good scissors. Get an adult to help you if you can't do it, or an older brother or sister. So there is your more or less shape. Now you can trim that round a little bit to make it a bit more tidy. Should be quite easy just to trim around the edges so that you've got a bit more tidy edges, so that you end up with something like that. And then if you want to put your bell inside, this is probably the right time to do it. What you're going to need to do is, if you can get a needle and thread, I mean you could just put your ribbon through this bit, but that makes it a little bit harder. So in each bell there is a tiny little bit at the top don't know if I can, oh, she drops the bell. I don't know if I can show you that or not. That bit there, at the very top, which you can just about put your needle and thread through so that you've got it on a thread. That's easier to see, isn't it? Okay, and then it will jingle quite nicely. So what you need to do is just tie that off before you do anything else so that it doesn't come off the thread. I'm just going to tie a little knot in there. Concentration. Okay, so I've got it knotted now, so it can't come off. I'm just going to trim that end that's loose. Then all I'm going to do is put the needle up through the centre of, that wasn't really the centre, of the egg box piece, and then go back through. Quite long fingers to find it. Lost my needle. Found it. No, lost it again. Oh, here we go. Right. Okay. And then you're going to have to maybe tape that bit of cotton inside. That's probably the easiest way to do it. So just cut that bit off. Just a tiny bit of tape. And I'm just going to tape the thread inside there so we don't lose it. So, you hear it? Okay. So we've now got a bell, but it's not a silver bell yet. So in order to make it a silver bell, we're going to put it upside down onto the silver paper. The silver paper has a really shiny side and a not so shiny side. So if you put the really shiny side downwards and then put this way up in the middle, and then starting with the edges that you've got less foil around, just bring it up and round. And then you can very carefully, so you don't hurt yourself, bring up the rest of the foil and pop it inside, and do the same with that side. See, easy peasy. And that is basically your bell, and it still rings. And then you're just going to need some ribbon, and you can tape your ribbon onto the top of your bell so that it doesn't fall off. And then you can tie that off. And there you have it. I'm squishing it down so it's a bit neat actually. Don't squish it too much. There we go. So we've got this one, and this one. They make good noises once they've got their little bell inside, don't they? And there are many senses. We have 5 senses, don't we? We have the sense of taste, and at Christmas there's lots of tasting to be done, isn't there? Lots of things we can taste that are sweet and scrummy, like Christmas dinner. And Christmas pudding. Do you like Christmas pudding? I do. A lot of people don't. Chocolates, snacks, lots of things you can taste at Christmas, aren't there? And then there's sight, seeing things, so we get to see all the things we usually see, plus all the Christmas lights and the Christmas tree and the decorations and people wearing funny jumpers and funny hats. Lots of things to see at Christmas, aren't there? And then there's the warmth, so you get to feel the warmth of maybe a log fire. Some people have log fires, don't they? We don't, but some people do. It's very much associated with Christmas. And the warmth of a hug. If you've got somebody close to you that can give you a hug, we're all missing our hugs at the moment, aren't we? Make sure mum or dad gives you a hug. And then there's the smell of Christmas dinner and Christmas cake and all the other smells. Roasting chestnuts used to be one in the old days. We don't get that much now, but lots of different smells, isn't there, associated with Christmas. And there's the sound of Christmas. So what sounds can we think of that are associated with Christmas? We've got Christmas carols that we sing, haven't we? Hark the Herald Angels Sing, Away in the Manger. And Christmas bells. Where's my one that sounds? So, Christmas bells are rung to announce things. Bells are rung to announce things, and Christmas bells are rung to announce the good news at Christmas. And the good news is that the baby Jesus was born at Christmas and came into our world to save us and save the world. So that's why we've made some bells. So I hope you enjoy making your bells. I hope you're making really wonderful. Send me your pictures. I want to see if they're better than mine, because that was a tricky one. Tricky to make it look nice, but I think we did an okay job. Okay, and that's it for today, and I'll see you tomorrow with our next video on how to make something for Christmas and Christmas Messy Church. Have fun. Bye.